It's gonna take a second and it's gonna press the button, and I think we are pretty much live on YouTube on Debbie's channel. If it all worked out, we are live. If it didn't, I have no idea what I've done. And maybe I've gone live somewhere else. That would be quite fun. Um, so yeah, if anyone is out there watching, this is Ambassador Coffee, and these are some of our fantastic Nuxt ambassadors, and we are here to have coffee together, and we've invited you all to come join us and have coffee too. So if you're out there watching, then say hello. If you have any questions for our amazing ambassadors, then you can ask them, and if not, then we're just going to talk and just have coffee as normal. So I can see that we are live and is working, so that's great. I love this called practicing on YouTube, and I have no idea what I'm doing, so that's good. So, Micho is live. Micho's here. Hi, Micho. Thanks for joining. So, yes.
Hi, Micho.
Hi, Micho.
This is Ambassador Coffee. This is what we do. So for those of you who don't know the Ambassador Program, we have amazing people who are helping us to Nuxtify the world. And it's a very select group at the moment. We don't have much on the website about it yet. We will next year. And we're not looking for more ambassadors right now, but we will be looking out next year. So just keep helping us Nuxtify the world. Keep doing what you're doing, and we will find you. So don't worry about that. So everyone, how are you doing?
Fine. Today at least it's sunny here.
It's raining here. That's why you've got the sun, Alba, because it's raining.
Yeah. We are changing our weather.
Hi, Thomas. Hi, Randy. So I'm going to ask a couple of questions. So just so if people don't know who people are, we've got Alba, who is Spanish, but living in Amsterdam.
Amsterdam.
And we have Gift, who is from Nigeria, but also living in Amsterdam as of like 2 weeks ago. And both of you literally moved to Amsterdam in lockdown, so you really haven't enjoyed the country at all, no?
No.
Yeah, I'm actually in Haarlem, which is very, very close to Amsterdam.
Cool.
But yeah, it's been weird, I would say.
I'd say it's weird, right? Yeah, and then we have Florent, who is, well, I always call you Florent, but it's Gerard. You want me to call you Gerard, right?
Florent.
You want me to call you Florent?
Florent.
Florent, yeah. Okay, cool. So Florent is on the other side of the world. So he's just got up in the morning. He's in Canada.
Yeah, sorry.
Montreal?
I try my best. Yes, in Montreal.
So yous have been doing some amazing things lately, and I kind of want to hear a little bit of what you've been doing. Don't go, I haven't done anything amazing, because you have, right? And I know you have. I've been watching. So who wants to go first? What have you been up to? Alba, you go first.
Okay. Well, I did a lot of things. So I start first doing my website with Nuxt, obviously. Also with Tywin and Storyblog, and then I start creating content. The most of the content is how to create something with Nuxt, or how to leverage your project with some methodologies or architecture for the project. And also I work on some podcasts and live stream these days and this month entirely. So it's quite good because I'm now trying to talk in public that before was a little bit afraid for me, but now it's okay. So happy.
Yes, you've done
doing
well.
a lot of things.
You've appeared in South America. Where else were you?
Yeah, I was in Madrid, also in Latin America, obviously. And the podcast that for Views on View is
In America.
It's coming.
It's
coming, but it's not yet live, so
yeah.
I was sure. Yeah.
That's your first
later.
one in English, right? In English.
Yeah. And I'm so afraid because I don't listen to it yet, so I
don't know what it's like. I'm sure it's going to be amazing. You have to start somewhere, so we don't have to all be perfect at everything. So don't worry.
Yeah.
It's going to be fun.
Step by step.
Okay. Let's go to you, Gift. I know you've been moving countries lately, and that's kind of like a big thing, so you haven't probably had time to do a lot, but what have you been up to?
Yeah, like you said, I have been pretty occupied, but I still had time to create content. So I did a Knox workshop
Very
last
cool.
month at the Jumpstart conference, and I have also been creating YouTube videos and writing on my blog. So I did one about Knox content recently, a YouTube video, and I'm also doing one tomorrow. So, so yeah,
Is it a surprise? Do we have to like wait till tomorrow or?
it's actually yeah, I'll
Okay.
teach.
You see, even an ambassador coffee, we don't even get to like know what's going on. Terrible. Keep
I still have like I'm trying to do like a Knox series kind of video where I just do like touch on different topics
very
kind of thing. So I'm putting everything together. Yeah,
nice.
pretty much it.
Cool. And Florent, what have you been up to lately?
Lately, so I- I'm in Canada since 1 year now, and I was working on the new website for a company that was on Shopify and wanted to do the website full in Nuxt. So I had to create all the architecture in Nuxt, so it was so cool. And since then, I continue to work on Nuxt in every of my projects. So I'm creating article only on specific subject I'm encounter. Like the last subject was Nuxt I18N
Mhm.
with translated dynamic URL. I had so much pain to to do it at the beginning, but Raphael was such a good help. So I will write an article, I think, and I update the documentation based on this. Because I think if I had issue to do it, I think people will have a issue to do it. So yeah, I think I will write an article about this and connecting with Storyblock
Cool.
as I'm using it like this. Yeah, because my company currently we are working on a blog, creating blog content with Storyblock and Nuxt ITN. And on the side, I'm working on Nuxt e-commerce with Maya. We just I'm trying to figure out what we need because Nuxt e-commerce can be a lot of things. And I was thinking about working with Vue-Storefront, but as Vue-Storefront is not well advanced with the next branch, uh, currently I'm just trying to figure out what we need to integrate or what we don't
Yeah. And
to
you
not go too far.
also created a module recently, right?
Yes. Oh, yes. Sorry. Yes, I created. As I'm working a lot of with e-commerce, I'm trying to work on modules that is needed for e-commerce. And recently, I did the Snipcart module. And if you ask what is Snipcart, Snipcart is oh damn, is a checkout library.
Mhm.
So you can integrate easy with Nuxt now the Nuxt Snipcart module, and it's it was validated. It has been validated by the Snipcart team. So it's pretty cool, and they were so
Very-
happy to work with me, and I was so happy to work with them.
It's very good. I haven't tried it out. I need to try it out. I need to like sell something just to try it out, right? We need to sell something.
Yeah, go.
We sell life
and
streams.
and that's it. I'm trying my best because right now I don't have a lot of time, but it's okay. I will find time.
I think you've done a lot, so I think you should be proud of that.
Thank you.
And I know how hard it is to write a module because I wrote my first one yesterday. It's private, so nobody can see it yet because I need to write the tests and I need to do stuff before people start finding it and using it, and then it's all broken, so I gotta like fix it first. But trying to understand how it all works and stuff, it's really cool when you dive into creating a module and understanding it.
And especially with the documentation now, with the Nuxt theme documentation, it's just so awesome.
Yeah.
We have so much done without doing anything. I was pretty impressed about it when I created the module.
Yes. Alba, you worked a little bit as well with the documentation team.
Yeah. And I'm making a POC for the web component design system with the themes you have. So I'm waiting where you can change the header and that kind of stuff that might ask also,
Yeah.
because it will be so interesting to change that. But for
Yeah,
the rest, it's so cool. It's so
there is
complete.
there are a lot of people asking for this
This
For sure, yeah.
improvement. Yeah,
I know content just blew up. It's like we created it
yeah,
and we created it so we could make our website better because we weren't using content and we had an API for our content. It was a bit of a nightmare. And now like we created this and then it just went like, wow, crazy. So there's been so much work, so much improvements on it. We have a full-time team just like keeping content and making it better and better and better. And it's crazy to see the amount of people using it. It's really exciting though. It's really cool. If you haven't had a chance to check it out now.
So I use it on a client's project at work.
Wow, like it.
They also they liked it. So yeah, I'm very happy with it as well.
Excellent. Oh, I love this. You get to hear about these things that you wouldn't normally get to hear about, right? You know, you don't know who's using it. Ramona's in the house. Hey, Ramona.
Hey, Ramona.
We got Danny, we got Randy, we got Guillermo, and Thomas is back for more. Hey to you all. If you have any questions for any of the ambassadors, feel free to just throw them in the chat. I am watching it. So yeah, throw them in there and I'll keep an eye on things. So, what are your plans for next month? December's coming. Are you gonna have holidays? Are you gonna work? Are you gonna create content? Are you gonna sit back and relax? And what are you planning to do?
relaxing is overrated. For me, I think I will have some holidays during like 1 week, 2 week. I don't know yet, because I didn't take holidays for 2 years, so I need some now.
I can imagine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you need.
I think it's pretty much the same for me. I'm thinking of taking leave like towards the Christmas break,
Mhm.
and I don't know how things would be by then. I wanted to say it would be a nice opportunity for me to travel to like Germany or something. But with everything going on, I don't know if that would be possible. But it's just part of my plans.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or just spend the entire time watching Netflix.
We'll have to make a Nuxt flicks or something. What about you, Alba? Do you think you'll get home?
Oh no, I don't think so. But I will be the Christmas, the first week I will be off in my job, but I will be working on something else, my personal projects, I
Why
think.
does that
Yeah.
not surprise me?
And for the December I have a private talk that I can tell anything, but you will see.
Ooh,
So but they have a lot of work, yeah. Many things.
cool. Well, I am hoping to go home. I have flights booked. Don't tell my mother because she's all afraid that like, oh, but if you're gonna get on a plane, then yo, no, and it's all scary. So we'll wait and see what the Irish government says, and if they say it's safe, I have my ticket, and if they say it's not, then I just cancel the ticket, and life is life. But hopefully, I will go home, and if I go home, I will turn off my computer because it will be family time for sure.
Yeah, it's important.
Yeah, I haven't seen them for a year, and for me, that's like it's very hard, right? Because it's like being away from family for so long is not normal for me, even though I live abroad. So for me, it's important to see them. But who knows? What will be, will be. We just have to hope for the best, and it works out, and if not, I will be with my computer for 2 weeks and creating lots of content, and I'll be live streaming every day with a Christmas tree behind me. I mean, it could be fun, right? And a bottle of vodka.
We can make a racket together if you want.
Yeah, we'll have to have a Christmas party. I think we should have a Christmas party and stream it. I think that's planned for next month. What do you reckon?
Okay.
Cool.
You like the after party, Debbie? I remember for Nuxt Amsterdam, Nuxt Toronto.
You did not see me earlier. I was in my kitchen cooking, and
Mhm.
my kitchen is in a way what you can see the neighbors, like they're in the next block, right? But you can see them. It's kind of like an internal kind of window system, right? So they can see me, and I open my window, and they can hear me, and we can like wave to each other, etc. And I had the music on. I was like, there was a really good song on. I just started singing and like really loud and rapping to it, and like they kind of looked over, going, "You're crazy." And I was like, "Oh, come on, we need more fun in the world. Just have fun." And they had such a great time just watching me dance in the kitchen.
It was actually fun watching you, Debbie.
I don't
we,
get to have like parties anymore, so I have cooking parties.
we have a question from Micho. He asked us, how did you start working on Nuxt?
Great
We
question.
never start working on that.
What
Great
a big
question.
question.
Off you go. You can be the first to answer.
Me, if I remember well, I started working with Nuxt. I don't remember. I think it was after one of your talk, Debbie.
Really?
I,
Oh,
I,
my
I
fault.
was I was already just looking the documentation, and after I went to Nuke Toronto. I don't remember. No, it was before. Oh, I think it was just like this. I was watching the doc of UGS, and I saw Nuxt.js, and I wanted, oh, okay, let's go, let's see what is it. And I test, and I was, oh, it's so awesome. I want to use it right now, and I fall in love just after. Yeah,
Cool.
but yeah, it's so long time ago. I don't remember. Sorry.
What about you, Alba?
Yeah, for Vue, only 1 year ago, because I go to the Vue Day in Alicante where you speak and you convince me, so
Wow,
I
such
can
a
do
strong
anything else.
influence. Oh my god. I'm creating a world of Nuxters.
Yeah, of course.
And what about you, Gift? I didn't influence you, so you have a different story to tell.
Mine is actually different. I would say I used Nuxt first um, after like 2 years ago when I started learning Vue, and then I used it. I think it was after watching Sarah's front end masters course,
Okay.
and I used it for a couple of personal projects, right? And then I switched to Gritsum, and since I started working at my new company, Passionate People, we use Nuxt for a lot of things. So I switched back from Gritsum to Nuxt, and
Yes.
yeah, that's my story.
We're so glad you switched back from Gridsome. No, Gridsome is great, but it's great to have you in Nuxt. And for me, it was literally in we were trying to find solutions to a problem in work, and we were using Vue, and we couldn't get server-side rendering to work. And I contacted one of the Vue core team members and said, like, what do we need? How can I do this? He went, just use Nuxt. And I was like, okay. And that's pretty much how I got started. That was Eduardo from Vue Router. So I said, if Eduardo says use Nuxt, then Nuxt must be good. That's the way I kind of, thought about it. So yeah, never look back. Randy has a question. Is there a plan, idea, or prototype to make the Nuxt Latino community grow even more? When I say Latin, I don't mean support in Spanish. So what do you mean? Like speaking of Spanish, like having Alba do more speaking and me doing more speaking in podcasts or what? To make the Nuxt Latino community grow even more. How can we make it grow? Give me some ideas, Randy. How can we make it grow? Alba, how do you think we can make it grow?
Yeah, maybe create a meetup
Mm.
in Spanish for next. Yeah.
Like Spanish meetups for Nuxt that are not in the Vue meetup groups?
Yeah.
Like a specific Nuxt meetup?
Yeah, I don't know why we only speak in conference of Vue. Why not have only one for Next
I don't.
itself?
I mean,
Or
Nuxt is Vue at the end of the day, so it's kind of like something
Yeah.
kind of ties.
But for example, we have a lot of things. For example, the models or the how to use the Hello CMS with Nax is slightly different. So we can more focus more on that topics that are more for people that are not starting in Nax, is using it for a long time. So maybe could be interesting.
I like it. Any other
I
ideas?
think it depends of the number of the how big your community is too. Because if it's not so big, to mix in Vue and Next is pretty much good already. That's what we do in Montreal and Toronto, and that's enough. If we separate both, I think we will not have enough people
Okay,
to group.
joining. Yeah.
Mm.
What do you think, Gift?
I think having more, maybe having more specific Nuxt talks in these view meetups. It could be that they're view meetups, right? But they don't necessarily have enough Nuxt speakers
Mm.
or something like, or yeah. So maybe that would help instead of like having to create a new one.
Yeah, I think creating a new one would be the wrong way to go. It's kind of like almost like, I don't know.
Yeah, separating. Yeah.
Yeah, and we
But it's already really hard to maintain one.
yeah.
So if you create two,
So
but you can invite the Nux core team to do some speaker too.
yes,
It can help to grow the community.
what we do have, Randy, for general idea for next year is to work a lot more with community. So this is coming. It will take time, and obviously we started with the ambassador program that was just brought in, and that will get better as well, and we'll have more people, and we do tend to have more like kind of workshops and more ways for the community to get involved and help us as well to Nuxtify the world. More live streams. I mean, I'm live streaming on my channel right now. The idea is to have a Nux channel and do it more professionally and more like, and advertise it so people know. So it's not just me going, hey, I'm live and whoever's watching, right? So we will do all this, but this is like for the moment, we're kind of like testing things out to see what works. And when it comes to the Latino community, which is a very important community, I think it would be good. And because we have already two of us who are fluent Spanish speakers, it would be very easy for us to kind of do something, right? So that is a great plan, and it's something to keep in mind. I also spoke with Japan, and I had a meeting with the Japanese, and my idea is to do meetups in Japan through the Nux channel with a translator because my Japanese is terrible, right? But they said we have translators, so they just need someone to come along and do it, and they will have the person to translate live. So yeah, we will be working on more of that and getting more community. So anyone who has ideas like what you just put there, Randy, do come forward to us and say, oh, I think we need to do this, because sometimes we don't think about everything. So yeah, great topic to bring up. Gift, you run the meetup in Nigeria. Do you still now run that, or?
Uh, I had to hand over because there's no way I'll be able to manage it from here. I was running the front end Foxes. Initially, it was called View Vixens in Nigeria as well as the Jamstack Lagos. But I found like people were interested in just taking over, and I handed over. But right now here in Amsterdam, I'm helping out with Vue.js Amsterdam conference, which is good as well.
Yeah, that's going to be a big one as well.
So I don't actually stop doing the community thing that I have always been doing, but instead I'm doing it in a more bigger capacity. That's
Yeah.
how I see it.
Cool. And Florent, how's your meetup group going?
For the last 2 months, we didn't do so much because I think everyone has a lot of work to do, and it's a lot of work to just maintain and put people on stage. But for the last year, we had a meetup every month. So it was pretty cool. And I think after December, we will come back to one meetup a month. But it was really cool because at the beginning, we start from nothing because when I came, they didn't do like a meetup for a year. And a few months ago, we invite Nux core team as you, Debbie, and it was the goal of the year to invite the Nuxt team. So we were really proud and really happy to have you on stage.
Oh, thank you.
But it's really hard to maintain community in long term. So I think probably if someone wants to take the lead on it next year, I will help and let more stuff so I can do more stuff on side. Yeah, that's it.
I had the same issue in Mallorca. I was running the Mallorca JS and I was alone and trying to run it all. When you were getting people to come to offices, it was like, okay, it's good because, there was nothing else there for people to come to. So it worked. But once we went virtual, and it was kind of like I did one live, and then I said, okay, this is good, but we're getting more people from external. So it's, it doesn't make much sense to just be Mallorca JS. It makes more sense to be something more, like Nuxt JS, live stream, community call, more than just like, say, Mallorca, which is a small island, and try and kind of make it bigger and accessible to more people so that they know it exists, right? So I stopped doing it for that reason, because I want to do more for more people, and I think we can do a lot more. So, but yeah, it's time. It's a lot of time to organize, and it takes a lot of time to run it, and sometimes you have to think, am I getting enough benefit out of it? Are enough people actually coming to see it? When you get only 20 people and it's on live on air, you kind of go, oh, for 20 people, really? I'm sure I could do more. Like the videos on YouTube, and then they stay longer. And
but it's super true what you say. That means it's not physical now.
Yeah.
People are less enjoy to come and see the meetup, because when we were live with physical people, we were more than 40, and when we do it live, we are 20. Yeah. I definitely agree with what we say, what you said.
20 in real person is great because you can go around those 20 people and have beers and chats and really connect with them more. But 20 people on a Zoom call, maybe only 4 people will ask a question, and you don't get the interactivity the same. Randy just said, for example, what I mean is that I would very much like to assist a Nuxt.js live conference, but within Central or South America. So yeah, we're going to make that happen next year, Randy. You just watch that space. Get your talk, start getting your talk prepared. You can be a speaker for Nuxt very soon. Be ready, because we'll call you and you better be ready. We have an amazing plan for the community for next year. And we're going to be doing so much more of what I'm doing now, and involving the community more. So it won't be just watching us all the time, but getting more people involved as much as possible. So yeah, all ideas are very welcome. It's going to be very exciting. I can't wait for next year. Next year is going to be a great year. There's like so much time to get things done. It's like, oh, I have so much to do. We released the examples book. So if anyone hasn't visited the website lately, today we released the new examples. They're now live, and you should be able to see well-explained examples. And I spent a lot of time creating them. It was about 2 months' work, so it's kind of like nice to go, oh, it's released. And now I can concentrate on other stuff. So any feedback on that, let us know. But yeah, some really nice examples. I learned a lot creating them. So if I learned a lot creating them, you're going to learn a lot from checking them out. So any plan for next year? Is there one thing, if you were to have a goal like for next year, what would it be, Alba? Is there something in Nuxt that you want to like do or
Yeah, I want to finish the project I'm working on with my boyfriend. Yeah, this is the main goal. Yeah, because it's in progress, but will be open source. So I want to have everything ready to release it. Yeah, so people can contribute and we can make it bigger. But it's a community. But I don't want to say anything yet. Yeah, surprise.
Cool.
Give some spoil.
It's about dev tech companies.
Okay.
We're such perfectionists. We have to wait till it's all perfect before we release it, right?
Yeah.
What about you, Florent?
Me, I just joined my new company, and in this new company, I will work on Nuxt for the project I will be on. But there is a lot of projects inside I can make it Nuxt. So it's my first goal of the year, to introduce as main stack Nuxt.js inside. And of course, continue to create modules. And I hope I will do the Nuxt commerce, Nuxt e-commerce soon. And I will try to. I started, but I will try to deep more and boost our front Shopify module, as I worked a lot with Shopify. That's my main goal in the next 6 months.
Cool.
It's a lot of work, but I think I
Big
can do it.
Yeah, but e-commerce is so important right now. So yeah, it's going to be.
Yeah, if we want to sell more Nuxt, I think we need to be better in Nuxt e-commerce. Yeah.
Well, it's funny that you say that, and we will have on the showcases, but I had an interview with a Japanese company who are the company, like it's a product for people who are building shops. So like a Vue storefront or a Shopify, and it's all built in Nuxt, and it is incredible. And they have, if I say the amount, like you're gonna freak out, and it's gonna say no way, really. But it's like 10,000 sites per month, I think it is, or so, like it's a ridiculous amount of websites being built in Japan in Nuxt for e-commerce. Like incredible. All their e-commerce is all built in Nuxt, and one of the main reasons is because the documentation is in Japanese. So for them, they can go to the documentation, they can understand, they can read, and that's why the translations have been so important, because not everyone speaks English or can read English. And for them to have the Japanese and other people, like the Spanish is now live, we've got Indonesian live, we've got Portuguese. What else have we got? We've got a good few, languages there. So really, really important. But yeah, you'd be surprised at what's happening in Japan. They're already ahead of us. They're all in e-commerce and Nuxt, and it's all working for them. They didn't have a good solution, so they just built one. It's like, they're brilliant. What about you, Gift? What are you planning on?
For me, I will be working more with Nox in the coming year. Obviously, at work. Personally, I want to create more content around Vue Nox. So this would be writing blog posts, creating videos, things like that, and also speaking at conferences about Nox as well.
Will you speak at the Vue Amsterdam?
Yes.
Cool.
It's going to be about Nox, so you should be happy.
We'll Nuxtify Vue Amsterdam. Yeah, I think for me, for next year, it's to do more kind of community call kind of stuff, like get more community involved and workshops. I want to really kind of create more workshops, but like online workshops that are accessible and not as expensive, so that people can kind of come from all over the world, right? So like what you did at the Jamstack conference, Gift, that was a really nice price for that conference, and it was available to anyone over the world, and I think it was really, really good. So that kind of thing, that the community can come along. I mean, yeah, it's time consuming, right? Spending 8 hours in a Zoom room is tiring, and there's a lot of work that goes beyond that. So we can't always do things for free, which is like, hard, but yeah, the idea is to kind of like, create things and also create more courses, as much kind of like free content or as cheap as possible, because, if you go to a conference and go to a workshop, it's very expensive, and not everyone can go to a conference and go to a workshop. So trying to make it more accessible to more people in the world. So that's kind of my goal for next year. I don't know if we'll pass or what will happen, but I will try. And we could have like, a fun workshop with like, say, all four of us here, right? And we could do a workshop and you do 2 hours, you do 2 hours, and we could do really kind of fun, cool stuff. And, so we just have to plan fun for next year. Next year's going to be even more fun. That's the idea.
That's nice.
Randy's working on an e-commerce platform using Nuxt and Nest and loving it. And I know it will be a good project. Yes, I'm sure it will, Randy. I look forward to seeing a blog post on it and then your talk telling us all about it. Apply for Vue Amsterdam, right, Gift? You can apply for that, and you can speak from South America. You can speak in Vue Amsterdam without a problem.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I think we should kind of start wrapping up. Is there anything else anyone wants to say to the world out there? We've still got 15 people watching. That's amazing. I'm so glad that you're all here. You
It
all
was
rock.
such a great streaming for a totally
Random.
schedule, so it's okay.
For
Yeah.
those that are watching and missed the start, like literally, like we planned the coffee between us, and then I said, "Let's do this live. I'm just going to press the button and go live." And they're like, "Ah!" And then we just did it. So yeah, this was totally like last minute. Bang, we're live. I appreciate you, like being live just at last minute. Anything else you want to say? Anyone else to say to the world?
We love you. Use
Oh,
snacks and use snacks.
I like it. I like it.
Obviously,
Yeah.
the main goal of the live stream.
Everybody will always say Nuxtify the world.
Well, thank you so much, ambassadors. You can stay in the call, and we'll have I'm just gonna finish the live stream. So thank you all of you who are watching. Seriously, you all rock, and keep watching. We'll be doing loads of these kind of stuff coming up. So yeah, stay with us. Love Nuxt, and just be around and chat to us on Discord, on Twitter, and you'll find us everywhere. You all rock. Thank you.
Be safe.